Hello everyone, Namaste. So today we're going to do something that I think is really interesting and I've actually never done before, is that instead of tuning into the higher source, tuning into ether, tuning into the nothingness, the space, we're actually going to tune into your body and your chakra system, your physical and energetic body, to see where you can focus right now for a better balance in life. Where you can focus right now for a better balance in life. So go ahead and tune into your body. Check into your chakras, connect with your chakras. Connect with your energetic being. And just take a moment to send gratitude to your energetic system. Just take a moment to be aware, to notice the energy, the chi that is flowing within you. And when you're ready, go ahead and look at the 4 piles on the table and see which pile resonate with you. So we have pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. You can use the images on the selection cards or the numbers themselves. All right, if we're ready, here we go. So pile 1, hello pile 1s, and today let's look at your chakra card to see which area you could focus right now for better balance. So for group 1's passion. Turn your fear of change into excitement for change. Sacral chakra. So sacral chakra is about emotional balance. And a lot of the times we do take in a lot of fear, right, in our sacral area. And this happens to all of us, where our defensive mechanism, our fight or flight system, just take any change at all as the enemy. And we mistake excitement for fear, because it's really similar. And so what this is asking you to do is to look at, to be conscious of the times when life is really inviting you to do something. It's almost like the Fool, to keep starting anew, to jump into new chapters after new chapters, to go into a new horizon. Actually, every single moment we're in a new horizon, but that scares our defense mechanism, our survival mechanism. So notice that when it comes up for you. You know, when life tells you, oh, it's time to do something new, and you feel the fear, you see the fear coming up, know that it is within your power to exchange that for excitement. It is within your power to feel excitement, to tune into the vibrations and the energy field of excitement and passion instead of fear. And just notice that choice in the moment. Just notice that choice that you actually do have. Because fear will tell you that you have no choice but to feel fear. But there is actually a choice. So, this is not asking you to, push yourself, pull yourself by the bootstraps and just push yourself to feel excitement and push the fear away. No, what we resist persists. So when that feeling comes up, put an arm around it. Say thank you for coming up to tell me that this is something new. Be grateful for that defensive mechanism, which allowed our ancestors to avoid and to defend against the lions and bears and tigers, oh my, but which is no longer a true benefit in the modern society, where we're rarely asked to respond in that way, in a very primal way. So when we are going into something new, either at work, in a relationship, stepping into a new realm in a relationship, or stepping into a new relationship with oneself, which wherever you are, because, Uranus is in full-fledged activity right now, where none of us know what is going to happen next. So when you find yourself in fear, go back to that original passion for life. Feel that passion for life again, and know that it is within your choice, and that choice is practiced. A lot of us, when we see other people who are so passionate and who really love what they do, and we're like, wow, I wish I have that passion. But what we don't know is that we face the same fear because we have the same brain mechanism of fight, flight, or freeze. So just know that it is actually practiced. You have what it takes, and you are already that which is passion. It's practice to notice that subtle difference between choosing to feel that excitement versus fear. So that's your starting message, and we'll see how the tarot can further give us more information on that. So let's keep it right there, and let's look at your tarot. So for the tarot, I have set it so that it is sort of a starting focus, and then an insight, and then the final advice, which your body and currently your sacral chakra wants to tell you. So I'm gonna flip these over at the same time. So let's see. So the Emperor, 10 of Wands, Ace of Wands. So with the Emperor, sorry for the little bit of glare, I am traveling, so it's harder to control lighting. So the Emperor, really, look at this orange. I feel like this is what you are. This is who you are. There is the positive Emperor and the shadow Emperor, right? The shadow Emperor is being too controlling to a point where you are dousing the passion. You are dousing the fire in your belly, where you want everything, or the defensive mechanism. It's not even the life, the big you, not the little ego mechanistic you, but the big you is just so full of passion. But when it comes to allowing the takeover of fear, sometimes we want too much control, and that is the negative manifestation of the Emperor, is wanting total control and not allowing the flow of life, that energy to come through, to really guide you, to be a co-creator on the way. But the positive manifestation of this card is that this Emperor has the strategy, has the mental capacity to really go through the chess of life. It has game, it has stratagem, and it also, the Emperor is also connected with Source, where he is participating with Source to make sure that whatever that they're doing, he or she, not gender specific, whatever that they're doing, they can have a very balanced conclusion. So I know the Temperance card isn't on the table, but my mind is going there, where you are balancing the Shadow Emperor with the Light Emperor. And we know that because the Ace of Wands has appeared, meaning, taking initiation, being sort of the Fool, and being able to act on that passion without feeling like you need to control everything. So check in with that fear, check in with where you are fearing and where you are blocking sort of this beautiful flow of guidance from Source. And that internal guidance is always, always there. It always there. Just ask your body. Tune into your second chakra, the sacral chakra. It's near your belly button. Just check in with that part. And ask, where are you fearing? And where can you invite more spirit to come in, invite more synchronicities to come in, so that you kind of is in a flow of co-creation and not just going it alone. Feel that passion. And in the Insight card, we see 10 of Wands. In its meaning, right, just look at the card. It is leaving hard work behind, leaving the past behind, and moving onto better grounds, because what had been will not work in this new horizon. What had been will not work in this new chapter that you're opening. Because you tried. 10 of Wands is, oh my God, I've tried this, I've tried this, I've tried this, I've tried this. You've exhausted all possibilities in doing it your way. It's time to change. Turn your fear of change into excitement for change. It is time for a change, and you know it. Instead of doing things in a really controlled way, it is time to allow your spirit. It is time to allow inspiration to guide you towards the next step. Instead of overly allowing responsibility to push you to a place where it is actually really rigid and just dries you out. It just sucks your energy and spirit out. And you know that 10 of Wands is on the table, so I know that you're ready for that change, and you know it's about time, right? So do so. And I'm not saying that, oh, again, you've got to push yourself to do it. You have got to sort of action item your way into this. It's more of a release. It's a release. The traditional 10 of Wands card is a guy holding 10 wands and just so ready to just either drop it or hand it off to somebody. So it's the same thing where, you know, it's just drop it. Drop the way that you've been doing things and know that you will be supported. An Ace of Wands tells us that, where you will be supported by Spirit. You are already supported by Spirit. You know, this is the second chakra card, but, you know, you are apparently very connected with Source, because we have the Ajna on fire here. We have the sixth chakra on fire, which tells me that you are really, really connected to Source. Otherwise, you would not have been feeling down for being controlling. So reconnect to Spirit, reconnect to Source, reconnect to that, you know, that spark where suddenly you just know what it is that you want and what you need to do. And you know the fear is going to be there, but you also know that that is excitement as well. So go back to that initial innocence and just wanting to explore life. Just wanting to explore life, being innocent about life, and not allowing the outcome to deter you, or not even the outcome, but allowing the projection, the expectations of the outcome to deter you from really making life an exploration. You know, when we want something to be just so in life, we lose passion. Absolutely, we lose passion. I mean, I've been through it too. We've all been through it where, wow, you know, I started this project. It started out as fun, but through time, I just feel like it's God damn it, so much work. And I've been putting all this effort trying to control all the variables so that I get the outcome that I want, but it just ended up being work. Return to the passion of exploration, the passion of simply being alive, to be able to feel. Get back to the body and just feel that excitement of what a gift it is to simply be able to explore. And nothing is wasted. Even the times when we are being controlling, when I just hate keep using that word, but it keeps coming up, where we are just exhausting our physical resource, our mental resource, our psychological, emotional resource on controlling the outcome, that we forget we are just explorers here to share our passion with each other, to share what is directly connected from Source, to share what we are channeling from Source directly to the world. We are simply here to share our ideas, to share our being, to share our inspirations with the world. So definitely keep doing that. Keep doing that. And, you know, with the Emperor, I have no doubt that you will be able to return to that original excitement, to that innocence of being able to look at the butterfly and go, whoa, wow, that's a butterfly. I wonder where it's been. I wonder what its journey is. Wow. Return to the simple pleasures, to the simple passions, right? All right, let's look at your keyword. Community. What an interesting combination. Let's see if I can put it there. Yeah, let's do that. So, start sharing with the community. Start sharing truthfully who you are and not who you want others to see you as. Start sharing your passion. Practice sharing your passion with the community. Loosen up the rigidity in your belly. Loosen up your belly, loosen up your joints, loosen up your muscles, and start truly sharing who you are with the community. Share all the spectrums of you, not just what you want other people to see, because with that, your passion, your light is going to get doused, is going to get, what is that word? Is going to get dimmed and diminished. Express your emotions. Second chakra is about emotions as well. Of course, express it in a balanced way. There is such thing as sort of a shadow work that makes sense, and going overboard in terms of shadow work as in expressing too much, right? Expressing too much, or not too much, but like giving over to victimhood, giving in to emotionalism, that we're really, really not doing shadow work anymore. We are just swirling, we are just noodling in those strong emotions. So express emotions in the healthiest way that is right for you, but do express them. Do start to express your passion, to share your passion, right? So that we see the truth of who you are. And I can't wait. I can't wait for the world to really see your passion, because it's been a while with the Emperor. Not many people know who you are, really. Not many people know your passion. And I just can't wait for your community to see, whoa, that's who you are. That's amazing. I love this new you that's coming through. You know, and I love how synchronistic this is with all these wands on the table. You know, we have the ace through the 10 represented all right here. And yet you're not letting, like, people don't know you have all of that in you. So share. And just keep sharing, because your community will love you more for it and not less. And just trust that, right? Because fear will come up when you do so. So trust that they'll be there for you. So that's your reading, number one. Thank you so much. So many blessings to you. Namaste. So group twos, hello group twos. So let's start with your chakra card to see where you can focus in terms of your chakra energy for a better balance. Let's see. Confidence. No one will believe in you if you don't believe in yourself. Be your own cheerleader. And this is the solar plexus chakra, the third chakra. So third chakra is where we have that sense of self, that we are being who we are in the world. that we are free to express who we are, that it reminds me of Seven of Wands, where, you know, it doesn't matter what people say we should do, what's the external environment. We are rooted in who we are and what we're here to do. I know who I am, I know what I am, I know how I serve. That is the spirit of the third chakra. And so in terms of confidence, it's tricky, isn't it? I have to say, because when we introduce the idea of confidence, we immediately have to conjure up who we are and what we are. And there is a sense of, oh, I have to defend that. In order to feel confident, I have to defend who I am. Like there has to be something there for me to defend, so that I can be confident. So I actually want to go one up in terms of the description here. It's not only about being your own cheerleader, but know that when you release the expectations of who you are, when you release that defensive mechanism within you, or you see it, the first step is always consciousness and seeing that there is that defensive mechanism within us that wants to say, I'm right, you're wrong, or that this is a world that's messed up. I have to do ABC, XYZ to survive. If we're in that state of mind, no one can be confident. So it's more about realizing, seeing that that's what comes up. And true confidence is actually in realization and trusting the flow of life. There is no confidence in holding on to who your brain thinks you should be, you are, you ought to be right now. Any projections, any reflections of who you are right here, right now, that's projecting from the mind, that, you know, when I say, oh, who do you think you are? Your mind is going to project an image like a movie. It's going to tell you who you are, what your story is. I know a lot of new age information and healing tends to focus on changing the story, looking at your story, retelling the story. There is efficacy in that, but to the end of the day, true confidence comes from relaxation of the self, a relaxing of that projection, that movie in the mind that projects over and over and over again for you to identify. And where there is that identification, there is no confidence, because nothing in the external world can ever match up to that movie that you play in your head of how you should be and how you think other people should be, vis-a-vis you or vis-a-vis each other. Doesn't matter. It will never ever match up. So true confidence is in the internal guidance system, is in accepting the synchronicities. I wanted to say between you and the source, but it's not even that. Just the synchronicities that happens in life, where you could clearly understand and feel in effect that there is no separation between you and life. When there is that separation, there is no such thing as confidence. There is just defensiveness. So to be aware, tune into the times when you want to defend yourself, because that's when you least believe in yourself, is when there is a self to defend. And instead, I'm not saying, I happen to really love Anita Moorjani's work. Her new book, what is it? Sensitive is the New Strong is great. And of course, in her paradigm, in her semantics, it is so important for empaths to have an ego, to have a sense of self, because they tend to just connect with ether too much, connect with the energy outside too much. But I want to introduce another perspective, which is a little different from hers, but we're pointing at the same thing, where it is that connection is so strong, that connection, that oneness, that awareness of how life supports you is so strong that that sense of self is no longer necessary, because you're able to receive what is best for this being and for all beings all around you. Right away, you're able to feel. You're able to sense through intuition exactly what is best in this situation. And so I'm not saying to just free flow when somebody's crying, cry with them, when someone, is being unfair to you, who has judged you, to just not fight back, to be submissive, to be a victim. The conventional self-help world wants you to fight back. And I'm saying that is the first step. That is a first step, is to fight back. But beyond that, we also have to recognize that true confidence is to see that there is no separation whatsoever, and that we can release that sense of separation to receive an even higher truth, which is flowing, which is harmonious, which is peaceful, and at peace with the world. So I know that is not the most practical description of this card that I can give you, but the encouragement really, I feel, is to see, where are you holding on to expectations? Where are you holding on to an image of yourself where you are disallowing yourself to co-create with the universe? And I'll just leave it at that, because we're 10 minutes in. Great. So let's look at your tarot, and I set up today's tarot to be a series, so we're going to flip these out at the same time. So the first card is going to be sort of where you are right now, just a little energy checkup, and the second one is insight, and the third one is any advice we can receive from the universe and also from your body, because we're really based on what the body wants to tell you today. So let's flip them over. This is where you are. This is insight. And this is the advice, outcome/advice. So isn't this a pretty spread? I love it. And I love how the yellow is mirroring the yellow. Who you are truly is the world. And when you're disconnected from the world is when you start losing confidence. So sorry for jumping, but it's just so apparent that these two are connected. That when you are connected when you open your senses up, your confidence is just automatically there. So let's go back to the moon, where the moon is telling me that there are a lot of sort of unseen, hidden fears that is deep, deep within you. Or there's sort of unknowns in your environment where it is causing turbulence within your psyche, right? We fear what we don't know. We fear what is unpredictable. And that is an okay place to be. And how do we find confidence when that happens? Is to know that we're always connected. We don't need to know everything. Trust. It's kind of like trusting that life will just happen on its own. I love this Empress card where we see pregnancy. We see the world as one. We're all nurturing the same world, the same oneness together. So tap into that oneness. Tap into that knowing, that innate knowing that you are the world is you. There is no separation. And then confidence automatically arises. I love how Esther Hicks and Abraham Hicks describes this, as in emotionally, we are naturally like buoys on water. Sometimes there are fears, there are lower vibrational energies that pull us down, exactly like this. Oh my God, it's so synchronistic. Exactly like this girl here, where the lower energies can pull us down. But the only thing we need to do is to relax, to let go of the luggage, the weight, and relax. And to open our senses up. And then we'll float up again. When we release the baggage, we automatically float. Confidence will arise automatically when we're not restricting ourselves in terms of what we are, who we should be. You know, I should have been making six figures by now. I should have had a family by now. You know, I should have gotten a house 10 years ago when the market was good. I should have been more COVID ready. You know, I shouldn't have gone out with friends this time. I should have blah, blah, blah. I should have been more prepared for retirement, blah, 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 blah. Or, you know, just all these shoulds that naturally pull you down, that naturally pulls you away from that natural confidence. Confidence is such a natural thing. All the animals have confidence because they don't have a sense of who they should be. Isn't that great? Isn't that an apt comparison, an apt example, where if you look at animals, they have no issue with confidence because they have no issue of who they should be. So release, just be aware. I'm not saying that, oh, you know, that you expected yourself to be A, B, C, X, Y, Z. It is just, it's an illness of modern society, right? We have all these ads telling us who we should be to sell products. We have all these media, subliminal brain messages, messages to tell us, you know, by this time we should have a family with a golden retriever. 3 or 4 kids with wife and husband, or husband and husband, wife and wife, doesn't matter. But that is the perspective that's been pimped out to us. And just be aware. Just be aware and be compassionate, because all of us are on the same journey. And with Uranus and Aquarian energy being so strong right now, it is prime time for us to engage in this conversation within ourselves, to engage in this introspection of what is it that is pulling me down, and to just see it. We don't have to psychoanalyze it. As I was telling group ones, there is such thing as going overboard in terms of shadow work, where it becomes just another defensive mechanism for us to stay tied down to the bottom of the ocean, for us to stay tied down to the lower energies, because the psyche likes to be there. There is such thing as feeling the moment, letting the emotions out, releasing it, and it being helpful, and a completely different thing when we dwell in it, right? Because then we're just cycling in the muck, and and not being buoyed up again. So that's why the insight for you is to really, really understand that this is who you are. This beautiful being is who you are. Connect back to how beautiful you are with your natural confidence. And to do that, it's, I find that affirmations is like the starter fluid. It just starts you off. But to have that true confidence, is to just naturally see what is deterring you from it. Once the starter fluid is off, it can keep burning for a very, very long time. It's just to see, am I making sure that there's no water around, or that it is blocked from rain, where it might douse the fire? It might douse my confidence. So it's more about awareness and watching what pulls you down, right? And to know that you have that power within you. Always. Always, always, always. To co-create, to manifest a new horizon, to manifest the feeling of confidence wherever you are. And the advice/outcome, Ace of Cups. Such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful card. Return to the heart. Confidence is absolutely from the heart. When you are open-hearted, when you connect to the world from the heart, there is no need for any type of defending. There is no need for even boosting this notion of boosting confidence. You are just naturally confident. You just will naturally have that sense of strong self. Let me rephrase that. You will naturally have a sense of strong beingness, because I don't want to confuse that strong sense of beingness with the strong sense of, the sort of the ego self, the defensive mechanistic self that we talked about here, the conditioned self. That's probably a better way to put it. The conditioned self is different from that beingness, the strong beingness. And this is what we're talking about here, is that strong beingness where we know that we are so connected to the world. It makes me think of that song, We Are the World, where we're all together and we're all linked heart to heart. And when you get back to that, natural confidence flows. Love heals all, doesn't it? Love heals all. So let's look at your keyword. Diligence. What an interesting card to have. Diligence. So, and it's the meaning of the card is to not be afraid of the work before the harvest, right? Where we need to do the daily work, either reflection work, either, that starter I was talking about, the affirmation work, or doing the necessary work to connect to the heart. We may not see the efficacy of it right away, where we immediately feel light, or we immediately feel that strength of beingness right away, that strength of spirit. Oh, I love that phrase. Guys, use this. The strength of spirit. We may not feel that right away, but just know with every practice and intention, the seeds are being sown and there will be harvest. It takes practice and there will be harvest. So absolutely practice whatever practice that you choose. Connect to the heart. I know this is the third chakra card, but I've got fourth chakra showing up, so I gotta talk about it. Connect to the heart. And know that connection will allow you to release the coulda, woulda, shouldas. And it's like peeling an onion, right? It's just, there's so many, like effing layers. And we want to get it done right now. Like, oh my God, why can't I just do the shadow work all at once and just do this heart practice, just once and be done with it, so that I could feel connected to the world and connected to abundance, like right away, right now, and not feel insecure about who I am and not feel insecure, blah, 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 right now. No. Trust the work and have fun. Have fun. And this is, intuitively, you already know this is what you need right now. So you don't even actually need me to tell you. You know this is who you are. You know this is what you need to really feel that spirit again. See, I already forgot what I said, that phrase that I wanted you guys to just use. Do what you can to practice that spirit, and to tune in as much as you can and make it a practice, and you'll start feeling lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter, and before you know it, you will be flowing with abundance. You will be flowing with a natural beingness that you already are. And it is easy. True confidence is easy, easy, easy. So my best to you. May you have a really, really heartful journey. I love you so much. I love you guys so much. You guys are amazing. again, all my blessings. Namaste. Hello, group threes. Hope you all are doing well. So group threes, we're gonna start with your chakra card to see where your body says and your energetic body says that you could really focus on for a better balance. So let's see. So heart chakra, forgiveness. You'll find freedom in forgiveness. Such a simple card, and yet, wow, what a difficult word and a difficult concept to get. Like, we talk about forgiveness in religious discussions and spiritual discussions, and even in just day-to-day conversations, and yet I have to tell you, this is not an easy word to get. This is not an easy action item. Like, when we talk about forgiveness, it's like, okay, I guess I've forgiven, but I guess I've also not as well, because I'm still feeling it. And I have to bring up the work of David R. Hawkins, where, this is forgiveness really is just releasing the emotionalities within us over and over and over and over again until it is done, and then we can release some more. That's the best way that I can put it. It'll keep coming back because it has so much to do with the emotional body, the emotionalities, that I don't think forgiveness ends, because it really is just the releasing of emotionalities. But with each release, we do feel lighter and lighter and lighter. And this is not just about forgiving others. This is also about forgiving ourselves. Forgiving I don't even want to say ourselves, but forgiving the conditioning that is deep-seated within us, that sometimes really blocks us subconsciously, subliminally, from reaching the goals that we want, from being truly our best self, from being our most at ease self, instead of the uneasy, diseased self. Our conditioning can really block us from that ease. So, not only forgiving others, but forgiving how the system, how the body is just made to receive conditioning at an early age. And when we are old enough to have intentions, we find that, oh my God, I'm actually operating 90% on conditioning, and it's so hard to jump beyond it. So be aware of that, and to send forgiveness to yourself and others when we do find these blocks in our lives where we don't know why. We just see either self-sabotage or us sort of blocking others from connecting with us heart to heart. So forgive that. And whatever you can do in terms of strengthening the heart chakra, right? I mean, if you're here, I'm assuming really, because I really have a spiritual slant in my readings, so for you to stay this long, you know what spirituality is for you. So tune into the heart chakra the way that is right for you, and start observing where it is that you could invite that spirit of the heart to come back, to connect to that spirit of the heart again full force, and not feel like you're putting a shield around you. Because chances are you'll feel it. You'll feel that shield, the heart shield around you when there are areas in your life where, or there are kinks, where conditioning has taken over and that resentment has arisen. You know, where there's forgiveness, there's usually places where we resent, where we are ashamed, where those lower vibrational emotions still dwell in us. Not because of who we are, you know, not because of any fault of our own, but just because this is how life is set up. You know, with a combination of past life, our karmas, and our collective pain bodies, and our early childhood conditioning, it's just almost really natural to have emotionalities that require continuous releasing. It's, for me, it's true for almost all of us. So just watch that part, watch the places where you seem to feel a shield around your heart, and to start being aware of the emotions that want to come up and be released. And it's okay to cry. It's okay to cry. If it comes up, receive it, accept it. And allow it to happen in your body without resistance. In the modern society, we want to suppress our emotions so much. We just want to stay in pleasure, because pleasure sells. Pleasure sells. And so with this Aquarian Uranian age, we're going to redefine what is the best for our entire humanity. We've got to go back to the heart. And to be able to do so, because when we reconnect to the heart, we're going to start encounter the blockages that sort of our old world values have conditioned into us. And we're going to be face to face with it. And the only way through it is to feel it, the only way through it is really through it, to feel through it. So I know I told the second group, but again, I refer back to David R. Hawkins' work on healing and releasing emotionalities. That really is the only way. And I'm still just a practitioner. You know, I am absolutely not complete. And I doubt that I myself will ever be complete in releasing some really deep-seated emotions. But, you know, it is, this card really is calling you to be on the way to healing. But really, really beautiful. Really, really beautiful. So let's set that down here. All right, let's look at your tarot. So how I've set it up this time is more of a sequential read, where the first card is going to be where you are, the signifier, and then the second card is going to be insight, and then the third card is going to be advice and outcome. So we're going to flip them over at the same time to get a complete read. Queen of Cups, Temperance, and then King of Cups. This is a very, very healing trio. Just look at this balance. I am in love with this spread. I'm in love with your spread right here. All three are sitting almost right, are sitting in a meditation position, relaxed, at ease, in tune with the heart, in tune with the divine, in tune with source, and the spirit within, the spirit without, the spirit within. This is the spread where I almost want to just ask you to pause this video and to just receive the energy that is coming from the spread. We have the balance between the yin and the yang. We have the balance between the calm and the active. To be able to weather through the calmer times and the more turbulent times. It's such a heartful spread, and it points to your healing journey. Release. You are at a point of release. Palms up to the sky. Release what you cannot control. And receive the good. Receive the good. This is where you are. And live heart-based. We have the heart chakra here appearing. Live heart-based. But I mean, that is already who you are. This is a signifier position. So this is already who you are. You know you're on a journey. So this is just, I'm almost like, this is just a validation, a confirmation for me to say to you that you're on the right path. This tells me that you are already on this path. So really, you don't really need this reading per se, but I'm just validating this for you. And it's so, so beautiful. It is so beautiful. And you are learning to balance that. Where even when tougher emotions come through, you are able to balance that with the higher emotions. And to be able to say, I don't need the shadow side to be completely eliminated for me to be still standing in the light and offering my services to the world in the light. So many of us in the New Age spiritual world, myself included, guilty, where I wanted to just get rid of the shadow once and for all, so that I could keep standing in the light. It's almost like there's that conditioning within us that says, until I get rid of the light, I have nothing to offer. That is not true. That is not true. You have so much to offer, even in the healing mode. You have the King of Cups appear, which means just the ability to weather through difficult emotions while having the wisdom to spread your wisdom, having the ability to still be in inner calmness and spread the wisdom. No teacher in this world needs to be perfect. And I'm seeing a teacher spread in this as well, where you are teaching healing to others. you're teaching. You have the ability to teach healing to others, or any modality, right? You could, it doesn't, it's like, it doesn't even need to be healing. You could be a science teacher. You could be in tech. You could be a CEO, CFO, COO. You could even be just an office worker, or anything. You could be a checkout clerk. Any type of work doesn't really matter. That is just on the surface. But it doesn't matter. Wherever you are, you have the ability to transmit that energy of healing. Transmit that knowledge, that wisdom in healing, an emotional balance to other people. And that is such a gift, and that comes from your continuous practice of releasing and forgiveness, so that you are balanced between your shadow work and your light work. You're not allowing shadow work to drag you down, to make you believe that you have to be completely done to offer something to the world. Nope. You're gifted and talented, and you can offer right now. You gotta forgive, right? You gotta forgive that. What is that Sanskrit word? That basically means sort of the karmic cycles, the impurities. It's such a Buddhist word, but the impurities that are just within us because of karma. I'm forgetting that Sanskrit word, but forgive that part. We got to forgive that part to be able to offer who we are, to be able to stand in the world and offer our gift, to embody this being to its highest potential, is to release the projection, to release the expectation that I need to be A, B, C, X, Y, Z in order to offer. No. When you're simply coming from the heart, you have everything to offer to this world. And you, oh my God, you have so much to offer in terms of your heart. And you are starting to heal that part of you that is expecting yourself to be like a certain guru, or to be a certain saint, or it's never enough, always a seeker, never a finder, that type of a thing. You are releasing that part of you and forgiving the conditioning that has told you to be like that, and to step into your true spirit, where you can simply offer from your heart. And that is more than enough. Again, if you like, I would really encourage you to just pause this video really quickly and just reflect on these beautiful, beautiful cards and this combination. Look at the symmetry. Just look at the symmetry, the shadow work and the light work. together as one and not repelling one for the other. Just so integrated, you guys. This is so your spiritual work is just so integrated, and I could feel that this is already where you are. So great job. Thank you so much for what you're doing, and thank you for offering your light work to the world. You could be a science teacher and doing light work. You don't have to be doing readings to be a light worker. So thank you so, so much. Let's look at your keyword. Voyage. Voyage. Wow. Wow. Voyage is such a deep, deep, deep card. It's so ethereal and so dreamy, and it is so process and journey based. It's not about the outcome. It's the process, the journey. It's the poignancy. The poignancy is in the now, is in the process, is in the journey, the voyage. It's the voyage, not the destination. And because we have the cup suit on the table, and we have the heart chakra on the table, which basically just means the cups, you have that ability to feel so deeply into your life, into the meaning of life in every single step of the way. You're able to sniff out that meaning of life so, so well. You know, for the other groups, I'm using this card as a sort of like as a guidance card, but for you, since I'm empathing, right, I'm feeling this is already where you are. Sometimes it just comes through as this is already where you are, maybe just needing a little bit of reminder. And this is one of those times where you have the capacity to feel into the deep and to just taste the bittersweetness, to taste all the different flavors of life, to feel all the different textures of life, so that your life is so vivid and so tactile. And so, you know, so please share that with the world. Wow. Wow, please do share that with the world. This is you guys are a really, really deep group. I am a bit speechless right now because I'm just feeling that depth where there are actually no words. It is just a lovely way of being. And so, no advice here, just thank you for doing that. Thank you for being who you are. Thank you for doing the work, doing the healing work. Thank you for staying balanced. And with each and every step, may you open your heart more and more and more and more. Again, you guys, I'm speechless. Amazing. So, happy voyage. safe voyage. The inspirations that you're going to get, sort of the direct transmission you're going to get, the direct transmission that you're going to get almost in each and every one of these steps in the process of the journey is not something that I can even utter in this reading. Sometimes I just get one of those piles where it is beyond me. Just that directness with spirit that you have is just so out of this world. It is out of this world. And I just want to say to you guys, thank you for being here and doing the work that you do. I know it's sometimes we don't see it. Not many of us have the ability to just, put this in everyday conversation. We're not able to reach that deep with you. But thank you for going into the deep. And just know that I so love you and appreciate you so, so much. So you guys, group threes, thank you again so much. So many blessings to you. I love you. Until next time, namaste. So group fours, how are you guys doing? Hope all is well. So we're going to go right into your chakra card to see where you can focus right now for a better balance. Let's take a look. So sacral chakra, journey. To enjoy the journey, let go of the outcome. For those of you that made it through all 4 readings who were just curious and went through all 4 readings, I feel like there is a theme today where we're just in this journey together, and to just let go of expectations, because our minds will tell us where we need to be. I feel like I'm repeating group 3, but a very similar message where our systems or our conditioning will tell us that, at this point in life, I should have been this already. This should have happened to me. It didn't happen, blah, blah, blah. And then we ruminate on things that did or did not happen. And it just becomes so burdensome in the head, and we forget the journey. We forget that this is, after all, being incarnated as a human being, having the ability to feel so many emotions, to have so many different experiences, different combinations of experiences, is a jackpot. The journey that we take is a jackpot. When there are aches and pains in the body, it's harder to go there to really be thankful for the journey. But when we let go of expectations of who we should be and how things should be, and just to see that the conditioning is arising, we get to just access that space where even pain is a gift. And of course, that is a practice. And I'm not going to go there too deep, but wherever, anger, resentment, sadness, and all the lower vibrations are coming up, bubbling up, see it, feel it, release it as a part of the journey. I'm not asking you to dwell on it, but to just go through the cycles and then release it as a part of the journey and not resist it. Let go of who you think you should be. Let go of the idea that life should be a pleasure ride 24/7. The consumeristic society will ask us, will condition us to believe that, so that monster, right? that machine can keep that cycle of consumerism alive, but to feel true joy, in the journey, we need to let go of that idea. Life is all spectrums of the rainbow. And we're here to experience all spectrums of the rainbow. And it is such a gift. It's such a gift. So keep this in mind as we go through the reading, to enjoy the journey, let go of the outcome, release the tension in the belly. Like, this is direct from the body. Release tension in the belly. All right, let's put that right there. Let's look at the tarot. And today I've set it up so that it's more of a not a defined read. It is more of a sequential read, I guess. So first one is going to be a signifier, is where you are right now. The second card is going to be insight. And the third card is going to be advice/outcome. So let's see. We're going to flip them over at once so we get a better view. Eight of Pentacles is where you are. Ace of Pentacles as the insight. And then the Seven of Pentacles as advice and outcome. I really love this because it is just so, it's so reflective of your chakra card. I don't know if this is work related, but this is telling me this is finance, money, work, and actually a sense of inner security, a sense of solid foundation. And Eight of Pentacles tells me that you are sort of working hard, nose to the grindstone for something, either a project or to ensure your physical security, or it is a message of honing your skills. Either doing the 9 to 5 or being on a big project where there is a sense that sometimes is a little bit of busy for busyness sake, and you're not really connecting to that joy at this point. It is just sharpening your knives, being in prep work. It is almost like prepping the ingredients correctly and making sure that your knives are sharpened and your vegetables and your ingredients are all prepped, washed, cut up, so that you could do something with it later. But it's not a bad thing. It's actually not a bad thing where you are. The advice really is to just also enjoy the journey. Like, enjoy cutting up the vegetables, right? This is it's a very Zen thing, where being in the moment as you wash, let's use vegetables, as you watch each leaf of the cabbage. Be there with the cabbage as you put your hands under the faucet with running water and scrubbing each cabbage leaf with your fingers, with your hands. Are you there? Are you there? Or is your mind everywhere else but here? Is your mind on your children who needs to be picked up in half an hour? Or on your work? Or on some other areas in your life anywhere else but here? This is what this combination is saying, to be here, to enjoy the journey and not be so suction cupped to the outcome, to rush through so that I could get a bowl of vegetable soup. Yeah, sure, it's about the vegetable soup, all right, but it's also about the cutting, the washing, that dance with life, that, you know, that only us humans get to experience. So slow down and allow that dance to delight you. No matter what you're doing, allow that dance to enliven you. Oh my gosh, isn't that such a key word for this? To enliven you. To enliven your spirit and not feel like, oh, this is just a chore I have to go through to get to the cake, to get to the entree. Let's focus on each and every single step. I'm not asking you to give gratitude. Sometimes we do gratitude work like, oh, I've got to give thanks because it's supposed to make me happy. So I am in suffering while giving thanks. I'm not even asking you to do that. I'm saying to simply pay attention to where your mind is, when you are doing these things, when you are going through the details of life. And when we're there, joy naturally arises. A sense of liveliness, a sense of aliveness naturally arise. We're talking about feeling alive and not being in sort of that mechanistic automaton routine where we get to check out. We get to check out until that cake is on the table. Okay, then I'm in for the pleasure. By that time, that pleasure, not that you're not going to have pleasure, but that pleasure does not last long, as we all know. So it's such a gift to be able to enjoy the journey. And so absolutely keep doing what you're doing. Just add in a little bit more of awareness where you've checked out. And to know that every little moment is a gift of opportunity to experience abundance. To experience abundance. You know, we want to interpret this card in the most surfacey level a lot of the times, where we're giving just new opportunities at work, we're given new opportunities and even offers of commitment in relationship, and just sort of external reasons for us to feel happy, external occurrences, circumstances that actually, I mean, they do add on to the pleasures of life, to a sense of fulfillment, to a sense of a new horizon, just a new chapter, new initiations coming in. That's fine. But I feel like what we're talking about here is that direct connection to the feeling of abundance in all the details of life. We forget that each and every single moment is filled with possibilities. Infinite possibilities. that when and if we take a moment to come back to this moment, to come back to center, we would be so amazed and so elated by just how vivid we can experience the cutting up of vegetables. We would be so amazed by how alive we get to feel just by prepping the vegetables. Instead of the dullness that we too oftentimes experience when we do the laundry, when we fold the laundry, when we wash the dishes. See the miracle in each and every one of those activities. See the miracle, see the detail, and enjoy. Again, I'm not saying that you should push yourself to enjoy it, to push yourself to be grateful, to sort of criticize yourself, berate yourself, blame yourself for not being grateful enough, blah, 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 blah. No, it's simply when you see the awareness float off, to want to float to a sort of a more excitable world, an imaginary but excitable world, come back. Because you want to be alive. You want to feel aliveness in where you are right now. You want to feel your cells jump with joy. And to be truly, truly so passionate and grateful for life. You know, we all want that, right? It's all about the cells jumping for joy. And it's in the details. The opportunity is there every step of the journey. And the advice, 7 of Pentacles. Usually this card for me means to make adjustments. This is an adjustment card, to sit back and to see, okay, now that I've started something, where can I adjust so that, you know, this project would be more in balance, or this project would grow in a more fruitful way. And this is the time to sit back and to see, where can I adjust so that this journey is more vivid to me? Do I need to cut away people who no longer serve me? Do I need to add in my own voice for help? Do I need to connect with more people? And how can I connect with more people? That is the safest way, right? Because we are still in the pandemic. So it's all these things to look into adjustments and how we can adjust. And it could be a micro little thing. And to also not give up on the work. 7 of Pentacles is also about not giving up on the daily grind. To keep going. To keep going. So this is actually an indication, a validation that however this relates to you, you're on the right path. sort of the passion has faded a little bit because we're putting down on the grunt work. We've checked out of the grunt work. So come back to this moment, to know that the opportunity to enjoy the grunt work is there. The opportunity to enjoy the journey. I don't want to say to enjoy the grunt work. The grunt work is actually grunt work when we're not there. So enjoy the journey. And to make small adjustments. To start when you're there, we start being able to receive inspirations where we need to adjust. That's another one of the big pluses of staying in the present moment. And the other trick that I find is that there's no need to resist the voices that come up, the projections that come up, because the mind will always want to project into the past and future. It doesn't matter what we're doing, it's always going to be doing that. So to sort of just see it and not needing to go away will allow us to have that visceral, vivid sense of being in consciousness or being relaxed in consciousness. Sort of watching the clouds, it's that sort of Buddhist and Zen imagery again. We're watching the clouds change, we're watching the storm coming in, leave, and we're watching the clouds block the sun and then leave again. It's the same thing. We're watching the mind do its thing. But in the act of watching, we train the primacy of consciousness, because that's where we feel alive. That's where we feel truly connected with everything and everybody. And that's where we feel connected. So whatever adjustments you need to make, it could be that, I need to really put some quiet time in my routine so I could snap out of the past and future and the nightmares, the fears that tend to come up in my head, to sort of sit back into the seat of the soul, to sit back into consciousness, to be aware of life with capital L, to be aware of the greater universe at work, to be aware of that greater perspective again. I need 5 minutes every morning, or I need to meditate 10 minutes before I start work, or have a break. So adjustments like that, so that you could stay with each and every minute detail. Life is really in the details, isn't it? And when we can stay open, and when we can stay conscious and aware, even through the details, we get to enjoy. So much information can come through. And we could feel like every single moment is a new initiation to life. Every single moment is a new initiation to life. Again, the key word to this group is enliven. Enliven. Enliven the spirit. And to feel alive. To feel alive. All right, let's look at your other keyword. Blessings. I love it. Self-explanatory, isn't it? There are blessings in every single moment in every single thing that we need to do. There are blessings in brushing our teeth. There are blessings in having our morning coffee and, you know, biting into that morning pastry, or this is a little too food-based, but, or sensory-based, but just, there's that blessing in simply feeling connected to whatever that is happening right now. And not trying to be spiritual frou-frou here, where we're not trying to kumbaya into enlightenment. It's, no, we're talking about actual adjustments and practices that could actually lead to more and more awareness of the blessings that are all around us. The birds are always there. The birds have always been there. The flowers have always been there. The flowing water that nourishes us has always been there. Are we aware? Are we aware of just the blessings and the opportunities that are given to us, the abundance that are given to us every single step of the way? As you tune in, as you make those changes to tune in to really how blessed we are in this journey, you'll start to receive in all the different corners in your life that you would never expect those blessings to come from. All corners of your life, all the intersections of your life, full of blessings. So group fours, absolutely all my blessings to you, and may you see and really viscerally feel more and more and more and more blessings in your life. And because this is such a pinnacle spread, a lot of you are thinking about work, a lot of you are thinking about money. So whatever it is that you're working on, whatever endeavors you're on right now, just so many blessings, and just may you enjoy the journey. May you enjoy the journey, because it is right there for you to enjoy if you would just see it right there. Do what you need to do so that you can really feel and sense that journey. Okay, for some of you, go get a massage. Open up your pores, open up your cells. If you can, I don't know the different, where you are right now, if you're vaccinated or not, where your comfort level, you know, vis-a-vis the CDC guidelines. Get massage if you can, or do some healing work, whatever modality. For those of you believing in energy work, it can even be done over Zoom. So it's, you know, the world's an oyster to you. Do whatever it is you need to do to connect to all the blessings that are there for you. And you, group fours, you are so blessed to be able to to work on whatever you're working on, and to have this validation that you are on the right path. To just remember to have some fun along the way. Gosh, you guys are so blessed. So congratulations, and again, all my blessings to you. I love you. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. And until next time, namaste.